and look at and say, okay, there's story and money to be made there. It
Right.
seemed
That's
like
the
there
problem.
was it seemed like there was story and money to be made there with you guys and Randy Orton too. And I know for a fact that he personally went to higher ups and said, I want to be with these guys. I want to stay with these guys. I want to work with these guys. And it didn't happen. I think, and for a lot of people, they say, well, why don't people go and pitch stuff? Then you see Randy Orton pitching stuff, and they're like, no. And by the way, we're going to put them on different brands. Was that surprising to you that you all had somebody like that go into bat for you guys, and it was still like, nah, not right now?
At that point, maybe
Nah,
not,
at that
because
point,
we had like Bray had done it, Roman had done it,
Usos, New Day,
Shane had done it.
Shane, yeah,
So,
Shane
like,
McMahon, the owner of
Wow.
the owner's son. We yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, that's kind of why we stopped. We started the stuff with the Usos, and it was starting to heat up, and then it got put on the back burner so we could do the stuff with Shane.
Yeah.
And it was going well because that was, a hot storyline at the time, and Shane requested it. But then, like, all of a sudden, they just told us, you're done with that. You're going back to the Usos now. But we had been away from them for about a month, and it kind of cooled off, and then we had to try to pick back up cold. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's not just for us. Like, everybody there across the board, like, things like get picked up and dropped all the time without explanation. And it's just there can't be, everything changes on a whim so much there, because I don't envy like the job of the creative team. Like, they have so many moving parts they have to work with all the time. It's just going to happen. Like, it's not just us. Like, it's everybody across the board.
And by that point, like you said, I told him that if they messed up this opportunity they had with us and Randy, and I'd said this one time before, and that was with the Usos, but we still kind of were in the fold with them. But I told him, if they mess up this thing with us and Randy, there's no reason for us to re-sign these contracts, none at all. But yeah, we watched Roman Reigns go to Vince and say, I want to work with these guys. I want them to beat me. We watched Bray Wyatt do that, Matt Hardy, the Usos, New Day, and then of course we watched Randy do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
The reason it lasted for 6 or 8 weeks is because of Randy.
He pushed for it so hard for that long.
And the things that we were doing with him and New Day were making, it could have been such a great money-making venture, but that wasn't in the plans. That's not what Vince wanted. And, you said you understand why, or you could see why guys don't want to pitch. And I get what you're saying, but man, why stop? You know what I mean? I stayed up every single week. We would get 2 days home, and I'm infatuated with my wife and my daughter, but I would take hours away from them to sit in front of the computer that I'm sitting in front of right now to type up pitches and angles and storylines for me and Cash to present to the creative team, to present to Vince. And it never got used, but I never stopped because I wanted us to be the best, and I wanted them to know that we're working harder than anybody else. We're working at least as hard as anybody else. To be able to be on that television.
It wasn't for lack of trying. It was just.
And, Randy respected our work. He respected our work ethic. I mean, even to the point, I don't know if he wants us to tell this, but he can't get too mad at me because he loves us. He flew down to Asheville to work with us for his greatest match of all time or whatever, Backlash, because he wanted to get ready and wanted to, get his technical wrestling down and things like that. So, we created a bond, a friendship. And I wish they would have went with it, but they didn't. And I'm glad they didn't, because now we're having the time of our lives.
No loyalty to Edge, huh? After you helped him get ready? No loyalty.
Maybe there's
both sides.
Yeah, there's a few weeks that
don't hate the player.
Yeah, there was a few weeks.
We saw how you did help Edge. Did WWE ask you all to or I'm not sure if both of you did, but we saw at least one of you. Did they ask you to sign a non-disclosure, anything to keep that under wraps, or were they just nah?
That was all us and Edge. Like, he went down first, actually.
I went down a year before Edge even competed.
I think I saw pictures of it
at Dr. Tom's school. Yeah,
well, that was a different time. That was Beth and Natalia. They wanted to work on tag stuff for the WrestleMania match that I don't know.
Yeah,
that one. I think that was the right one. But he went down after that, just him and Adam, with Dr. Tom letting them in, and that was the first time that Adam had bumped since the neck injury. Basically, he had done a spear here and there, but he was the first one to get in the ring with them. And
So we're playing politics with the right guys, both of them.
But when I went, it was just something where that was all us. I told him, if you want to get in the ring and you need to get some work and just see how you feel, then just let me know. And he was like, yeah, I need to, because he's like, luckily I have a Hall of Famer for a wife, so she can do a lot with me, but I need to get thrown around. I need to get picked up and dropped. He's like, she's my wife, and I'm the father of her children, so she's going to take it easy on me here and there because she doesn't want to do this on her own. So I need somebody that's going to come in and take the kitty gloves off. And so we went in and we just called stuff on the fly. And I don't think it even it may have made the clip. I don't remember, but we were just wrestling around. We weren't taking any bumps or anything yet. And I put him in a sleeper, had him send me off, like come back, grab it again. And I slipped behind him. I said, belly to back. And he goes, huh? And we just go up and down. And that was the first big bump he had taken. And he was like, oh man, he's like, I'm glad you didn't tell me that was coming, but I needed that, because he hit. And he was like, hey, I feel great. So yeah, that was just something that we wanted to do because he wanted to see how he felt and to prove to himself he could do it.